Cool tiny ninjas. What we're going to do first is create a big round head, holding down shift. I'm going to create a circle, and then I'm going to create the body of the ninja, and this is going to be using the rectangle tool. So I'm going to hold shift and create it a bit smaller than the head, and I'll position it about there. If I highlight them both, I can use the align tool along the top here, and if it doesn't show up for you along the top, it's going to be window and then align, and click that and it will center them perfectly. It looks like mine already work. I'm just going to bring this down here for now. I'm going to create some rounded rectangles for the arms. Now these are going to be about that size, and you can see that you want the maximum roundness on it. You don't want it to look like that or just like that. You want it to be maximum roundness, so I'll create one of those and I'll just duplicate. 1, 2, I'm holding Alt down, 4. So I'll put his legs down here, like that. His arm can go out here and I'll rotate that. Same with the other arm. And then the head on top. Now before I do anything else, I'm just going to make we're going to actually make the face bit here. So what I'm going to do with this is Control C and Control V. That should give me another circle down here, which I'll place exactly over the top of that other one, like that. And I'm going to resize it while holding Alt and Shift. It's going to shrink it in, so it's going to come in like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another big circle and go all the way over the top here, about there. Grab that one and that one, not worrying about the one at the back, so shift click to select them both and center them perfectly. And then I'm going to go Window and Pathfinder. If I just move this to the side, I'll show you what these things do. The first button on the Pathfinder joins those two shapes together to make one new shape. The second one is going to cut away any bit that overlaps with the shape on top. So it's going to cut it away from the shape behind, which is actually what we want. It just leaves that bit that wasn't intersecting. The third one along just leaves the intersection. And this one here, it's kind of hard to explain without some color on it. It turns it into a shape, but that shape looks like that. So it actually cuts out any bit that intersects and leaves the other stuff there. Down the bottom, they do different things, which we won't worry about at the moment. So I'm just going to use minus front and bring this up into there. Then bring that across, put that on there, and I'll bring that to the front. Now, with this done, I'm going to make a copy of this. Hold Alt and just drag it over there. It can stay over there for now, because I'm going to use the Pathfinder to make just one shape out of that whole body. Okay, so just the body, not the head. And from here I can start to fill it with some color. So clicking on this one, I can go to the appearance panel. And this is probably where you want to start working with your fill and your stroke, on this appearance panel over here. So the fill color, I'm going to set to a really dark grey. That's all I need to worry about there. The stroke though, I'm going to click this and I'll turn the weight up, maybe to 5. I might zoom in so we can see this. So 5, and I'm going to set the stroke to go on the outside of the object. There we go. You'll see there's the object outline, that blue line. The stroke is on the outside of it. And down the bottom I'm going to add another stroke. So I click that, adds another stroke. You can see it's also black, but I'm going to make this one just a slightly lighter grey. And clicking that, I'm going to make it stroke on the inside. So I've got two outlines there. One goes on the inside, one goes on the outside. Now using the eyedropper, I should be able to click this, and it doesn't want to copy it across, but that's alright. I'll just have to make that same bit there. So that one's going to go on the inside, new stroke, outside, black. Now this one here, the fill color, I'm going to go into fill. I could pick that color, that's alright, but I can go here go down to skin tones, and I can pick a skin tone for there. That's good. And now for the outline on the appearance panel, this stroke, I'm going to turn it up to about 3, and it's going to go on the outline, and I'm going to make it that dark grey colour. Not that grey, that one. So it matches with that other one. And on the inside, new stroke, I'll pick this colour here, and it can go on the inside. So I've got those two bits there. Lastly, circle. Reset this to black and white. Whoops, didn't want to do that. I'll draw it first, and then reset it to black and white, and copy that across to there. Shift click both, and I'll fill them with black with no stroke color on the outside. Okay, so there's my basic ninja. Could probably make the center, the color of the fill a bit darker, but I'm not too worried about that at the moment. Now once you've done that, I can group him together. Control G should group him, yep, and move him up here, and pretty much do the same thing with the other ones, except you can make little poses. So I can grab this here and rotate that on an angle, and rotate that on an angle, maybe move it out a little bit more. Maybe not that much. Move that up there. Move his arm in front. And I'm going to join some of these together, but not all. I'm going to join those 3. I'll join them. And I'll send them to the back. And I'll bring his head up in front. So what I've kind of got here is a little ninja doing a flying kick. That one's not too good there. I need to make it a bit further in. Join that. Bring this across. And then I could go through and color it the same way. Now the tutorial does say to make a ninja star. The ninja star, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do this without looking at the tutorial. It's going to be a star, and so fine, I'll put a circle in the center of that star. That doesn't look like the center, but it says it is. Okay, hold shift and circle, draw out. It's not quite the center, so I'll just move it down. That looks more like the center there. Now highlighting those two tools, remember I've got a star with a circle on it, but I can use this minus front to cut that circle away from the star. Now using the direct selection tool, I'm just going to select these points on the outside. 1, hold shift, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I missed that one. You know they're selected, they go blue, and then I'll use the rotate tool to rotate that way. Okay, so it rotates all those points. That's pretty easy. You can shrink this down. This is the cool thing about vector, is I can scale that down. It doesn't lose any detail. I can then fill it with a silver color, stroke, 2-point outside with a darker grey. Okay, so he's got a little ninja star now. And it also says to make some nunchucks. So let's have a go at those. So this is just going to have a dark brown stroke on it, and the fill is going to be a lighter brown. And I'll make a copy of these. I'll rotate that one that way a little bit. Okay. Now from here, what I'm going to do is use the blend tool, and I'll zoom in on this so we can see what's happening. So the blend tool, I'm going to make one circle here, and I do not want it to be like that, so let's just get the eyedropper and click on something else. There we go. And I'll probably turn that stroke down a little bit, like that. Set that there, make a copy, set it over there. And I'm going to double click on this blend tool to get some options. I don't want it to be smooth color. I want it to be specified steps, I think. I'll have to check. Click this, click there, click there. Okay, so I've got 8 steps between them. But it's in a weird straight line. So let's get the pen tool. Where's the pencil tool? There it is, pencil tool. The reason I'm going to use the pencil tool instead of the pen tool is that the pen tool seems to have some kind of acceleration on it, where I can't quite explain it. Well, I'll just do it instead to show you. So what I want to do is have this path here travel along here. And so I select them both and go Object, Blend, Replace Spine. And you'll see how they start off close together, and as it travels along the path up to this middle point, they get further apart and then they get closer together. I don't know why it does that, but it does that with the pen tool. So instead of using the pen tool, I'm going to use the pencil, which is this one here, and I'm just going to draw the curve that I want, like that. Then I'll grab that and use the smooth tool just to smooth over it, a bit smoother. Highlight them both. Object, Blend, Replace Spine, and I get that nunchucks like that there. Group those and give him those nunchucks in his other hand. And I've made my tiny cool ninja. Now all of that was just made using shapes and that Pathfinder. Okay, so there wasn't anything special. I don't have any particular artistic talent. And this is the kind of thing that you want to be doing for your DVD game cover or your logo, is using these shape combinations to make those up.